The new Harley-Davidson Nightster is a fresh spin on the classic Sportster. When it was discontinued a short time ago, HD enthusiasts wept the most. It wasn't the largest, baddest, or fastest Harley-Davidson motorcycle ever made, but its position in the lineup, low price, and antiquated simplicity garnered it a legion of devotees. While the new Nightster takes cues from vintage V-twins, it's all new underneath the skin, and it's aiming for the current middleweight naked market. It's a V-twin cruiser for folks who value environmental stewardship. The new Nightster is the entrance point into the HD lineup for many riders. The bike's accessibility stems not just from its ease of use, but also from its low starting price of £12,995. In the UK, the base model Vivid Black, Gunship Grey, and Redline Red are offered, with the latter two costing £375 more than the RRP. In a typical PCP scenario, you'd put down £3,188.44 and make 36 monthly payments of £125. This is based on an annual mileage of 3,000 miles. Contact your local Harley-Davidson store for additional information. The new Revolution Max 975T engine is at the core of the new Harley. The new 975cc liquid-cooled V-twin, like the Pan America, which utilizes the Revolution Max 1250, is up to date with VVT power modes, a modified airbox, and more. It produces 88 horsepower at 7,500 RPM and 70 pound-feet of torque at 5,000 RPM. The 975T has the overall appearance of a quick-revving, eager small machine. It has a lot more European feel to it than any of the other V-twin cruisers in the lineup. The low-end grunt is still present, but it isn't as taxing on the arms as it is on motorcycles like the Softail Standard. The new Nightster is considerably happy to bask in a broad mid-range torque distribution, which is far more suited to real-world overtaking maneuvers. The Nightster moreover accelerates like no other V-twin cruiser, and rather than crashing into the rev limiter at 4,500 to 5,000 RPM, it powers on and only runs out of steam just before the red line is reached. On the road, I think it's a more tempting possibility than the bigger, more powerful Sportster S. The Sportster S accelerates with ruthless efficiency and is a true speedy bike from the line. Despite the fact that the engines have the same VVT and technology, the 975T seems more rounded, easier to ride, more tractable. The bike's controls are excellent and light, with the throttle, clutch, and gearshift all feeling tight and with no slack in the systems. The Nightster's gasoline tank is a genuine 11.7-liter piece, however it may not be where you believe it is. The peanut tank that lies between your knees is a red herring, since it only serves to conceal the tuned airbox and its variable length inlet trumpets, which, by the way, produce a wonderful song. The real fuel cell is located behind the new 975T engine, under your rear. The device is rated at 55 miles per gallon, giving it a potential range of 150 miles. On the day of the launch, my real MPG was approximately 49 miles per gallon. However, the riding was fast-paced, with several stop-starts, hairpin curves, and steep inclines. The bikes were also hardly broken in, so 55 miles per gallon seemed fair. The new Nightster, like its bigger brother, the Sportster S, has a unique new sort of frame that utilizes the engine as a stressed member, to which the chassis components are all bolted. The design helps to keep the bike's weight down to 221 kilograms when it's ready to ride, and it also helps to centralize the bike's mass. Showa provides suspension on both ends, with non-adjustable twin-bending valve forks with preload adjustment. On the road, the Nightster is calm, and while the suspension isn't the best on the market, it's well suited to the machine's size and weight, and only becomes upset when you ask it to do things it doesn't know how to do. Brembo provides braking at both ends, and it's mid-spec equipment from a top-spec manufacturer, just like the suspension. Bite and feel are good on both ends, and for the most part, just one or two fingers are required to operate the front brake. The ABS is a crude two-channel system that occasionally creates a loud chirp from the front tire, but it should be adequate to keep you from spilling anything if you need it. The biggest surprise from the Nightster debut was how much fun it is to ride an entry-level bike along the road. It's light and straight, shifting direction more like a European middleweight bear than anything else from the other side of the pond. Fast left-to-right turns are dealt with startling quickness, and everything feels quite collected and well-behaved owing to the properly set up suspension. The new Nightster comes with a scattering of electronics that elevates it beyond the current generation of HDV twins and places it below the Sportster S. On the safety front, there's a two-channel ABS system that can't be turned off and isn't adjustable. As previously said, it is not the most complicated system, but it gets the job done. Furthermore, there is a non-lean sensitive traction control system that may be disengaged in any of the riding modes. You don't need to go through the options to accomplish this, simply press and hold the TC button on the right handlebar until the TC light is fully lighted. There are 3 riding modes on the bike: Road, Sport, and Rain. Each has its unique engine power delivery, engine braking, ABS, and TC settings.